When I was 10 years old, my dad left the family, and about 7 months later, my mother committed suicide. Growing up that way, there was a lot of feelings of neglect, abandonment, feelings of shame. When I was 11 years old, my grandmother shared the gospel with me, and I accepted Jesus Christ as my Savior. You realize that Jesus really did die for you, and you really are accepted just as you are, and that you're loved unconditionally. When you grew up the way I grew up, you're forced to be self-reliant. So it's like, yeah, I'm saved, I'm going to heaven, but I've got things pretty well under control. So for the next 12 to 15 years, I knew I was saved. I knew I had salvation. But I was still living for myself and living for my agenda and not making God a priority. You know, my modified version of the Lord's Prayer, followed by my list of, if you could really provide these things for me, it would be great. Whether that's, God is my cosmic vending machine or the salad bar approach to Christianity. I mean, that's what I was all about. All the good stuff, none of the sacrifice, none of the surrender, none of the giving Him control of my life. I had a good job. I was having fun doing the things that I wanted to do, living off status and achievement. I had arrived. I realized I'd arrived at the bottom. Still had feelings of shame, still had feelings of rejection, trying to fill this hole in your heart. And no matter what you dump in there, it's not filling it up. You're still empty and you're still thirsty. And so you live your life like that and you drift. And God comes running after you and runs you down, pursues you, and brings you back. God found me and said, Hal, you need to come back. You need to come home. It was time to surrender, fully commit, make room in my life, make room in my heart for God and for Jesus, and to let them lead me. That's when things really changed. I got more intentional about being regular at church, more intentional about studying my Bible, living for God, making Him the priority of my life versus just making my faith about me. It changed my relationships with other people. It gave me more compassion for other people. It changed the way I approached family. It changed the sacrifices and the choices that I made to put others before myself. In my career, it went from being about me and my individual success and my achievement to how could I lift others around me and be an encouragement to others. It changed my identity. I saw myself as a child of God, that I'm loved, I'm accepted just as I am, with all my flaws, and I feel joy, feel true happiness. I would never want to go back to the way I was living before. It's a free gift of grace. You just have to make a decision and deepen that relationship. The more you put into it, the more you will get out of it, the more you will grow in your faith. So don't just stop with, okay, I'm saved, I'm good. Continue to let Him in. Make room in your life, make room in your heart. Let Him in. You won't regret it. You will be more fulfilled than you can imagine.